An architectural masterpiece carved in the heart of a deaf mountain. Here is the legend of the owner of this unique monastery in Egypt. An architectural masterpiece carved in the heart of a deaf mountain. Here is the legend of the owner of this unique monastery in Egypt. It became a landmark in the ancient region of Egypt and the focus of attention tourists, who visit it to enjoy its beauty and the originality of its architecture. The Monastery of St Al-Haraz is located in Mokattam, in the Al-Dabbagh district, in the heart of Fatimid Cairo, according to the official website of the Egyptian Ministry of Planning, Follow-up and Administrative Reform. Despite its unique nature in Egypt, not many people know about the existence of this monastery. The Monastery of St Al-Haraz, which extends over an area of approximately 1,000 meters, is an architectural gem in the heart of the mountain, which attracts many tourists to visit it and see the mountain that was moved from its place. According to the official website of the Egyptian Ministry of Planning, Follow-up and Administrative Reform, the Monastery of St Al-Haraz consists of 4 churches, which are, the Cathedral of the Virgin Mary and St. Simeon Al-Haraz, the Church of Anba Ibrahim bin Zara al-Syriani, the Church of St. Mark and the Hall of St. Simeon Al-Haraz, which can accommodate 2,000 people, and the Church of Anba Paula, the first of the tourists. The monastery is named after one of the saints of the Coptic Orthodox Church, called Simeon Al-Haraz, who is also known as Al-Dabbagh. He is a righteous Coptic man, who specialized in tanning leather and repairing shoes, and lived during the time of the Fatimid Caliph Al-Mu'izz Allah, according to the Ministry of Planning's website. And a legend tells that the Fatimid Caliph Al-Mu'izz Allah had a Jewish minister who was very hostile to Christians. The Coptic Patriarch, Ibrahim ibn Zara al-Syriani, attended with a group of bishops, discussing matters of religion with the Jews, and during the session one of the bishops accused the Jews of ignorance, which angered the Jewish minister, and the Jewish minister searched until he found a verse in the New Testament of the Bible saying, "If you had faith like a grain of mustard seed, you would say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you." The minister went and presented it to the caliph, and it was the caliph wanted to get rid of the mountain located east of Cairo, that is, the Mokattam Mountain, and he refused the proposal, and the caliph sent the Coptic Patriarch to inform him of the request to move the mountain to prove the validity of the verse and gave him 3 days. So the whole church fasted and prayed during that period, and on the morning of the 3rd day the Virgin Mary appeared to the Patriarch, and told him to go out to see a man carrying a water jar who would be the one chosen to complete the miracle. And indeed the Patriarch went to implement what the Virgin had told him, and during that he found a cobbler named Simeon Al-Haraz and told him of that task, and according to legend, Al-Haraz was able to move Mount Mokattam from East Cairo to its current location. What the Virgin had told him, and during that he found a cobbler named Simeon Al-Haraz and told him of that task, and according to legend, Al-Haraz was able to move Mount Mokattam from East Cairo to its current location by a mission of Coptic archaeologists who were able to find a tomb containing a skeleton believed to belong to Simon the Tanner, and a drawing of the image of the Patriarch accompanied by a bald man filling wool water jars. Scientists most likely that the man is Simeon Al-Haraz, and they also found a rare vessel dating back more than 1,000 years, and the scholars most likely that it was the vessel used by Al-Haraz to transport water to the homes of the poor. The monastery includes all the discoveries found in the tomb of Simon Al-Haraz, in addition to beautiful paintings carved into the rocks of Mount Mokattam, which are in harmony with the distinctive architecture with which the monastery was built.
The monastery was built gradually, with the help of the people of the Zabaleen neighborhood in Mokattam, who transported more than 2.5 million stones to build the monastery. At the end of 1969 His Excellency the Governor of Cairo issued a decree to the end of removing all the trash collectors of Cairo to one of the hills of the Mokattam to live there. So they built themselves primitive houses, simply huts of tin that are called in their vernacular Zaryab, namely pigsties. They were thus named after the place where donkeys and pigs live, and all the other livestock they reared up, such as goats and cattle. The number of the trash collectors that live in that area reached about 15,000 according to the research of the International Bank which was carried out in July, 1987. But, by the grace of God, this number has doubled now. Every person had a primitive trash cart that looked like a wooden box carried on 2 wheels and pulled by 2 donkeys, or more, because of the difficult hill up to the mountain which was not paved in the past. One of the archaeological sites that many may not know anything about, although it is located in the heart of Fatimid Cairo, is the Monastery of St. Simon the Tanner in Mokattam. which is considered one of the most important and oldest ancient Egyptian monuments, as it represents a rare and unparalleled architectural masterpiece, and a tourist destination for Egyptians and foreigners from all over the world. The most prominent characteristic of the Monastery of St. Simeon is that it is carved into the rocks of the Mokattam Mountain. Some may wonder about the personality of St. Simeon, who gives his name to the ancient monastery, and he is a good Christian man, and he was called Al-Dabbagh because he made shoes in tan leather. The Coptic tradition tells of Simon that he was working in tanning leather and repairing shoes, and he was a pious and righteous man. A woman came to his shop to offer him her shoes to fix them. While she was taking them off, Simon's eyes fell on her leg, and he coveted her. In which he says, "If your right eye causes you to stumble, pluck it out and cast it from you. For it is better for you that one of your members perish, than that your whole body be cast into hell." Matthew 5:28-29. Simon carried out the commandment of Christ literally and spontaneously. The purpose of gouging out the eye is to keep away from the sins that anger the Lord. Indeed, Simon confirmed the verse that says, "If you had faith like a grain of mustard seed, you would say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move, and nothing will happen. It is not possible for you." Matthew 17. And the miracle of Simeon recorded in the Coptic Church and the Book of the Precious Pearl is recorded by the historian Al-Haraz, in which he explains how to move the mountain to its current location in Mokattam. The body of Saint Simon was founded in Old Cairo district, which was in its condition, as the awl appeared to pierce the place of the saint's eye. At last, if one day you think to visit Egypt, the first thing you must do just as you arrive is to visit this holy monastery. Its mix of history, beauty and holy place. Muslim, Christian, Jewish or no religion at all, you must enjoy it.